What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So today I'm on Watts Bar down here at Ladd's Landing. Yes, I am telling you the name of this place because everybody already knows about it. Everybody. There's a very nice residential area over here, and this is a very pressured spot from jet skis to bass boats to 70-foot yachts, but everybody knows about it. That's why I stay away from this spot on the weekend. They just did a 10-cat tournament, I think a couple days ago or whatever, and the wind was 54 inches, which is a good day, but on places like Watts Bar and Chickamauga, you're expecting 60, 70, 80-inch days. And that just lets you guys know how tough fishing is during the summertime. Sorry, camera was getting heavy, had to switch arms. I'm a pansy. But I went and bought some big worms. I actually bought a Guggen Baits frog, you know, the one that says "Eat Me" on top. And it's like that bone color. I don't necessarily like straight harsh whites, so I figured that would actually, you know, diet down just a little bit on the scream at you color. I also got the KVD deep diver on, which I might use and I might not use. It just depends on, you know, where the grass is at underneath the water. Other than that, guys, it might be a Senko day. Senkos and shaky heads. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what the guy won the tournament on with 54 inches was probably Senkos. That's it. So we're gonna get out here on the water. I'm gonna quit talking, and I'll see you guys on the Osmo or the GoPro or just whichever one. You guys get the hint. Okay, so when we get down here, there was a big fish underneath this dock. It was probably a carp, but it was just sitting there chilling, and then when I set my kayak down, it ran off. So maybe that's a hint, because that would be nice if they were all under docks, because there's a stretch of docks right through here, and that would be great. Yeah. Okay, since like I said, I saw something underneath this dock already. We're gonna start with the old, as soon as we get this in the water, the old trusty Senko. And as I get here, a storm is rolling in. I didn't even see it, or I would not have unloaded. Oh, that's something. Yep. Front of the dock. Oh, that was... Whew. Not the one that I had on earlier, but he'll do. Thanks, bud. Oh, well, this trip might get cut just a tad short. Since starting to get some rollers. Looks like a, God almighty, that looks like a bad storm. I think I'm gonna have to hit one last dock and call it a day. I was only out here for like 5 minutes. There was 0% chance of rain when I looked at the radar. I just need to make sure somebody was home, you know. Whoo. Yes, sir. Good. Stop it. Whoo. Oh, jig popped out. You know, I have fished here a lot in my life, and on this one point, I've never really caught anything. So, this is awesome. I'm super excited. I don't know how big it is, probably 19, 20, but yeah, gotta love them Watts Bar bass. Dang, you fat. Stop it. And you're gonna flop on me. Stop it. Man, it's a nice long bass right there. Whew. It's ow. All right, I'll put you back in the water real quick. In a thunderstorm, well, lightning storm, everywhere around me is lightning. Everywhere. It's kind of crazy, to be honest with you. Whew. Glad I stayed. Glad I stayed. Pull out the old phone so I can get a picture. Maybe a scale. I'm only gonna guess she weighs about 4 pounds, but you know, nice size and all that. 807, almost before I actually was able to, or I had to go back. Man, that's awesome. I'm literally right across from the boat ramp, like maybe 75 to 100 yards. And I was just slow dragging that jig. I got it on a heavy rod, fast action tip, and I have it on a normal Shimano Corrado, no DC. 65 pound braid, but on this one I had a 20 pound leader line, and it was like a pumpkin seedish color. I'm really not sure the actual color. All I know it's one of those Mikey Balls jigs, and they work. I mean, I'll give them credit, they work. But it had a rage tail on the back, and man, I mean, when I say I was slow because I can't get them to hit anything on top water. So this is the only thing I could do. I was like, well, I'll just throw a jig around. I mean, at least if anything, I'll get a big fish, hopefully. If you guys are ever getting into kayak fishing, the biggest thing to do is make sure if you have a catch board, you have it tethered somehow to your kayak, just because, well, you don't want to lose it. I'm not in a tournament, but I just want to see what it is, because I've never caught a fish on this point, and I'm really, really, really excited. No. So, like I said, I think she's only about 18 or 19 inches long. I could be wrong, but we shall see. She'll probably flop off the board on me. $19 and a half. So I knew she wasn't like super big, but I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm good. I'm good with it. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and put her back. All right, well, so here's the deal, guys. I've caught one on the Senko, which, I mean, it's a Senko, it's a given it's gonna catch fish. But man, I get tired of throwing the same things over and over and over. So what I've done is, as I've said, I have a heavy rod. I have a floaty on this. It doesn't impact in any way, shape, or form how you reel in the line. Of course, unless you just don't have it taped down good enough, then it, you know, you'll hear every time you're reeling it in, and it's annoying. Man, I got a lot of grass around me. Let me get out of this grass. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I have a heavy rod. I think this is my Corrado rod. I can't remember if it's Corrado, X-Age, whatever. It's the Corrado K rod. I have the Shimano Corrado. I have the 200 XG. On there, I like braid to leader. It has way more sensitivity, and it helps me feel those fish. I wouldn't have felt that fish on like straight fluoro, straight mono. But I throw that, and then I always throw on a leader. This is a 20-pound leader line, and I have this on, I'll go ahead and do it down here, the Mikey Balls, I can't ever remember that guy's name, Mikey Balls, Mikey Bulls, whatever, jig head with a rage crawl. And I always, and I mean, I honestly don't care how clear the water is. I always throw a little bit of chartreuse dye on the end of it. It's just me, it's just what I do. Not everybody does it, and everybody's like, man, you're super clear water, it's not a natural look. Man, listen, I have fished for muskie with a steel leader and 80-pound to 100-pound braid, and had these gigantic, funky looking things that only muskie are supposed to bite, and pulled in largemouth. So you just got to play with what you got, guys. There's no right way. There's a better way sometimes, but there's no right way for every single bait. And a lot of people get that confused and want to tell you that you're doing it wrong. You're not doing it wrong, but there might be a better way to use it. You know, like a jig. Just slow rolling it on the bottom might not always work. They might want it slow rolled and hop twice. It's it's how it works for you, how you gain confidence in what you're throwing. That is the important thing. You guys get what I'm saying? Is this making any kind of sense? Because I feel like I'm rambling, but why? Went from never catching a fish on this point to 2. This one's not near as long, but hey, you know what? It's fish, and it's on this one point. So, man, I appreciate it, little buddy. Thank you. Oh, got a little bit of a show there too while we were at it. Man, went from nothing to, I probably have 19, 20, I probably have about 55 or 60, 56 inches right now. So that's good. That's good to know. That's actually where I wanted it. Same cast, over and over and over, same cast, and somehow or another, yep, he got me. That one I felt every bit of. They're getting smaller. I mean, most of the time in the first or second or third cast, you've already caught some big ones. But if you keep casting in there, there might be a really big one in there. You're just clearing the herd, especially during summer months. Thanks, bud. Yeah, he got me. Whew. Oh, well. Back to fishy. Whoa! Gotcha. Man, maybe I should have entered that tournament. Thanks, buddy. Okay, we got some freight of the line, so we're gonna go ahead and trim it real quick and then retie, and hopefully this doesn't mess with how things were working. And guys, I don't do anything special. I'm using 20-pound test, so I'm pretty confident in my knots. So I just throw an improved clinch knot. Like, that's it. There's no super duper, oh my God, crazy polymer roundabout 360 whatever knot. It's just a good old fashioned clinch knot. And just like any knot, sometimes it fails and sometimes it's a good knot. But I mean, hands down, it's the best knot that I've used, at least for a 20-pound test. You know, but to each their own.
What can I say? I need more than desire, more than just a pretty face. So girl, you better watch